Hello everybody, welcome back. To this video, we're gonna look at Bitcoin stories, news. We're gonna look at some metrics and some other interesting stuff. I hope this will help you and this will add some value into your day. So this is the first time I see a news company like Forbes uh, teaching people about Bitcoin, what it is, and it's so surprising to me because usually what they do, they throw out a bunch of fraud, bunch of fake informations about the price, a bunch of nonsense. Now they are teaching people about what is Bitcoin and how does it work. Um, Hopefully they're not spreading some false education into this. We are hearing uh, lots in the news about Bitcoin, but what exactly is it? How does it work? And what impact will it have in the wider world? Here's everything you need to know. So now they are telling you, okay, here's everything you need to know about it, and when it was invented and what it is. So that's good. That's a good path to me, right? Because that's one of the most important thing about Bitcoin. It's about education. Once you educate yourself, you understand what it is, then you have 10 times a better chance of gaining into the business instead of chasing prices, high prices, FOMO, or trying to catch the bottom, right? Educating yourself about it is 10 times better, or even 100 times better, because once you understand it, you know what it is, then everything you need to do is just how to get more of it, right? So people once traded physical assets such as gold and silver for food and services, but these were hard to carry and vulnerable to theft and loss. So banks offered to hold them for us, issuing notes that proved the wealth we had in the bank. Eventually, the link between these notes and the commodities they represented was broken. Instead, the government said the notes themselves had value. We trust banks to honor the value of our currency so that we can accept cash as payment and trust others uh, will accept it from us. That's the fundamental problem with the current financial system, is that you have to trust the bank. So you deposit your money there so they won't steal it from you. But as we know, they always use that money to hyperfication and to replicate and multiply. Use it to give loan to others. What we have is just a digit of, or a representation of the money. And the papers we get from the issuance of money printing is basic. Those are just fake money. They're not real. They're just papers. They don't have any value. And those money, we they only have, we only trade it with them because somebody will accept it in the future, right? And this is what hold the system entirely, is just because we trust, we have the faith that somebody will accept it. But once somebody stop accepting that money, then it's over. And this is what we're experiencing over here. Let me skip this for a while. And you see, this is a 10-year yield. And this is why I like to talk about this, because so many people are so ignorant on this. This is a 10-year yield. What does that mean? This is basically the treasury, the bond market, right? So uh, the bond market is, I mean, so what it mean basically, it's just money leaving the market to, to go other places, right? So this is over 5 years, right? So you had this all downturn in, from 2019 to 2020, and then since last year, since 2020, right? In the bottom, at the end of 2020, and you start to have this ramp up in money leaving the bond market. This is trust. Lose of trust, right? People are losing trust. They don't have any more faith in the system. And once you have that, there is gonna be probably we they would you would expect to have a credit freeze, like no money in the bank because they are all fake, and there's no liquidity. You get locked out, right? So your stock, your whatever it is, you just stuck there, and there's nobody to wash you because it is what it is, right? All the smart money, they are leaving, right? All the smart money are leaving. Even the smart people, like the richest people, they are leaving those countries where they see this, they are collapse, where they see society is getting like dumber and dumber. They're not gonna stay there, right? They're gonna make the smart move, right? So this is what we're seeing, right? So uh, that's this. Let's continue on this. You see, which was the bank. A cryptocurrency is essentially a digital version of cash that exists outside the established framework of national governments and central and private banks. It enables two people to exchange it or buy it and sell with it without the likes of Barclay or PayPal needing to facilitate the payment. So yeah, it is what it is. They said cryptocurrency, but what they should say is Bitcoin, because the other cryptocurrencies, they are, in our opinion, they are just a bunch of scams. They shouldn't be, like, they are not really currency. They are not really money. They are just projects being built for other purposes. Right? Bitcoin is doing. It has a specific, uh, like a one and simple purpose. It's just money. Right? It's like gold. You have it. You hold it. You take it with you. It's yours, right? You just or you buy something, it's yours, right? Those cryptocurrencies, somebody will decide upon them. They will say something. They will say they can redirect the price. They can manipulate the supply. That's not like what this is not money. So this is just similar to what we already have. The money supply manipulated and just at somebody's will. Bitcoin is really different. So in other words, each party to the transaction trusts that the asset being exchanged has inherent value. So this is just what they have to say about Bitcoin, how the payment works, right? And you have all these things. That's interesting. Like I said, it's really good. You have, at least they are saying how Bitcoin work. They are teaching people about it. That's good. Um, yeah. So let's why not look at the rainbow chart? Um, so yeah. So yeah, this is basically this is Bitcoin is still in the dark blue of a year, so doing its thing. It's still super cheap, right? So um that, in my opinion. So that's not nothing to say it may not drop like another 50%, like, or 10%, I don't know, right? So but if you have a long term perspective, right? So this is really a huge opportunity for people with a long-term view. So let's look at the hash rate. Hash rate is very important for the network, because this is what's securing the network. All the miners on the world. So let's look at that. We have it a bit going down just a little bit, but yeah, keep holding. We have a lot of miners like Marathon um, holding, right? So let me show you guys. So this is where did I saw that? I saw that there. Um, oh, unfortunately, let me see. Yeah, so we have Bitcoin miner Marathon now hold 10,055 BTC, worth more than $210 million. Uh, they're uh, they are holding all they are hodling all the Bitcoin they mine. So I'm not sure about this. Yes, they may report that, but in the other thing, they are one side you never really know about those companies. They some of them they have huge collaterals, and they have they can get margin calls. So and they have bills to pay. So you see what happened with campus mining. They have to pay their electrical bill, and energy is getting more expensive. You see, in Europe, you have companies calling for bailout, because utility companies, those companies, they can't really pay their bills because they don't have enough oil or natural gas. So yeah, those are things that you're gonna have to think about when you see those things. Um, Next, let's talk about um I wanted to talk. Let's look at the price of a year. You see, this is 21,300. This is not bad at all. Uh, but one thing, guys, it's just like those prices. This price level is a little bit. I mean, it's good, but it's just like when you look at the chart, it seems like it's like a bounce that's not like really you can't really trust like this bounce, right? Like if you like a trader, right? um like, which I'm not, right? But yeah, it's really depend on how you look at this, because this may go even down lower, but it's really up to the market. I don't know, but over the long term, right? If you have a long term view, right? Bitcoin is pretty cheap now. So if this is a long term chart, right? So you see it's really low. Um, Logarithmic and linear chart is over here. Yeah, it's pretty low. So yeah, guys. So let's move on to other interesting stuff. We already saw the hash rate. Let's look at this. This is for Dca. Um, Now let's say now if you had $10 every week, this would give you $4,000. Let's say if you put like $10 every day, um, $10 every day over the past 3 years, that would be $28,000. Think about that. Like some people spend like $12 in a cigarette every day. Let's see if you put $12. Hey, so just a third experiment. $12 a day. That gives you 34,000. Right? That's crazy. So, and some people smoke, some people drink as well. Let's say you put $20 a day. Right? So, um, uh, let's say $20 a day. $20 a day, that would give you $58,000, 280,000 to 57,000. Right, that's it, $57,000. You would invest 22,000, you would get 57,000. That's really huge. That's huge. That's more than double your money over 3 years. That This is the magic of Bitcoin. Like, let's say even if you want to save like for a down payment on a house in the next 2 years, and you say, hey, okay, I'm just gonna hold the money. I'm just gonna put like $50 a week. Let's say you want to put $50 a week to save for a down payment. What you do, you just convert that into Bitcoin every week, and right, let's say $50 a week, right, weekly. This would give you $8,000, right, over 3 years. So, or let's say you want to. No, that's I didn't put 50. I put 20. So let's put 50, right? So 50 would give you $20,000 in 3 years, right? In 3 years, you're going to $20. But some people, I mean, $50, that's very low, because you make like, let's say you make like $1,000 a week, and you decide to put like um like 20, maybe 20% of that away. That would give you $200. Um, $200. Mm, is that 200? Yeah, it'll give you $200 a week. Um, yeah, $200 a week. That would give you $80,000. Right, $80,000. The past um 3 years. Right, think about that. You put $200 a week. That will give you $80,000 for a down payment. So this is the magic, and this is the vehicle you could use for anything. You could use it for to have a down payment in a house, because I've tried that. I've tried to have a down payment to a house. I was living in a big city, and every year I saved to the down payment amount. But what happened is the price of the house doubled. So I have a requirement to double my down payment every year. So how can I do that? Because I can't, because my income stay the same. I'm not getting a raise every year. It's not. So how can my uh like the down payment requirement has to double every year, and I'm stuck in the same income, right? It's a vicious cycle. Like, I can't get out. And this was my problem. This is what I was so upset about this. And Bitcoin is a solution to that, right? So Bitcoin is a massive solution, and Bitcoin is worth even better than a house, right? The only reason I wanted to have a house is because I have my son, and I had this problem every time I want to. Every time I had a landlord that was very rude, and my son couldn't even play in the house, and we was living in a basement. It was very bad, and my son was so, very little, and it was so cold. The door was open, and the cold was coming in, and we could, he's not fixing the door, right? So, and I was so mad, but at the time I was stuck. I couldn't do anything else. I had to accept it, and yeah, it was hard. And every time I tried to save, I couldn't, because like, I have car to maintain. I had so many expenses, so it's a nightmare, right? I understand it because I lived it. So that's why I'm doing this, guys, to help you, because I believe Bitcoin is for long term. It's for it's all survival. Like, when you look at around you, like, so many things that are being done is to destroy our livelihood, is to steal everything we own. Like, like, it's People are not paying more attention. All those distractions, all those crises, those are all bullshit, right? So you have to remove the noise and focus on long term, right? Like if you can like put $5 a day into Bitcoin, that's what you can. Just do it then. Like instead of trying to sit there and be sad and looking at like all bad news. No, just focus on Bitcoin. So yeah, this is I think this was everything I have, and the last thing is just like this internet company, cell phone, internet debit machines down for thousands across Canada. So this is a funny thing, and they are saying Bitcoin is useless. Right? They say Bitcoin is not useful. Bitcoin is too much energy. Look at this. They said cell phone, right? The internet and the debit machines are down. Think about that. You will have a business. You have to accept payment, right? So and those systems, right? One internet company is down, all your system is down. You can't do business, and you have to pay rent, right? So imagine like you have 50 customers who are supposed to pay you in the day, so you lose that money. Nobody will cover that cost for you. It's on you. So the internet, your cell phone, those are not working. How many customers you could get during this time, right? It's like it's crazy. So what would and the good thing is Bitcoin is never down, right? You could have like problem with your internet company, or your system may not work, but Bitcoin is working. Bitcoin is never down because you can even half of those of the computers on the network can get shut down, but the other half will still maintain the system, and it will keep running without any problem. That's a good thing, right? So anyways, so this is a smarter way to do things, right? So yeah, I feel like I wanted to just throw this out there. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was my cover. I hope I cover enough for you today. I will see you again.